So, what we are gathered here apparently to talk about is this inescapable sheer aliveness, just what's appearing to happen, this immediately, this intimately, inescapably, this that is already too full for you. And that's what this is about, let's just say. And it's not something further away, because life is lived as anticipation for the most part. It's like the sizzle on the pan waiting for the bacon. Life is lived like that, in anticipation for something other than just simply sitting and breathing, feelings, sensations in the body, sounds outside, a storyless life where nothing can be said, nothing can touch this, and nothing can hold it. Just inescapably this. And this anticipation can grip almost, and so it's not a doing that life is lived like that, that life is lived as this anticipation for something other, for something better, for essentially not this. Because it simply cannot be sitting on a chair. We can't be talking about, there can't be a meeting where we're just sitting, we're talking about sitting on a chair. It's just, what's the point in that? In actual fact, there's no point to this meeting. It's a sharing or an expression appearing to happen. It's an expression from nowhere. Nowhere isn't a place. It's just then sounds appearing to describe immediately this. And it shines a light on, or illuminates, let's just say, the wholeness of what is, the wholeness of what's appearing to happen, that is too full for you, but it doesn't deny anything. So what is appears like there's something wrong, appears like a yearning for something other, appears like trying to understand what is, to get what is, appears as seeking. And that's how it can appear, and that can be felt how it's felt, and there's gazillion different descriptions of that, how that is. And one of the ways that might be an antidote for this seeking can be spirituality. And then there can be, in that, can be a stumbling upon, however it is, a communication like non-duality. And if it's heard in a certain way, if it's an uncompromising communication, then it can latch on, fortunately and unfortunately, and it just appears to stick. It can be utterly frustrating, utterly liberating, utterly relaxing. It's impossible to say, but it appears like this communication latches on. And it can be painstakingly obvious that there's nothing on offer, painstakingly so, that that really nothing has been said. All that's been said is that there's just what's appearing to happen, just this inescapableness, however that is, and that life is just happening. That's the communication, in essence. And that there's no authority, that there's nothing being prescribed, nothing useful or helpful. And that can hit the way it hits also. And it just seems like for a certain few, it's not let go of. It's not that you are not letting go of, it's just that it's not let go of. And so this gathering really is kind of about that, perhaps. It can be about the grappling with what's been suggested. It can be about a battle with beliefs and ideas and images. And it can also be just what it appears to be: the sound of a voice, feelings, sensations, and just appearing to happen. So let's have a go, though, at this that cannot be described. Let's have a go at, if there's questions there to be asked, then they're there to be asked. If there's comments there, then they're there to be made. And this is a sort of an open sharing, a gathering, or whatever you want to call it. I have no idea really, but let's see. So if you haven't by chance come to one of these before, then just click the unmute button and jump on in and see what you say. And or you can put a comment in the box there.
Hey Frank, it's Yvette. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
It even appears as like your wonderful poster behind you, The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, it's everything, yeah.
The journey, searching for
Yeah.
hope, something better, The Wizard of Oz.
Oh yeah, everything.
It plays out like that. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And so yeah, great
Inescapably everything. And you see, it can appear like something has been said, but actually it's everything. Everything's pretty big. And at the same time, without the stories, it's absolutely nothing. And even saying it's absolutely nothing doesn't catch it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rock and roll. It's wholly as it appears. You see, there is already nothing apart, and the feeling of apartness can just arise, but it would also be what is. There is no departing from this presentness or this happening, or whatever word appears to be used won't catch it either. So you can just say it's this.
Hi, Frank.
Hiya.
I've had what I understand to be a few glimpses over a few weeks, lasting, a few hours here and there. But I'm not quite sure what they are or what they, what. I'm not quite sure about it, other than they were very nice. I don't know. Maybe you could.
Well, they're just what they appear to be. So whatever is then felt and described about them is uniquely that. But in a way, we're so used to something leading to something else. And it's now what is sitting on a chair asking that question, wondering about that. That's this intimacy that's just happening. So sometimes something like that appears so out of the norm, so that are out of the regular, it sort of breaks the kind of pattern, we'll say, and all there is just what's happening. And then it can then seem like, okay, the thinking about that is not what's happening, you know, that was the Holy Grail. And it's just an experience. And we're so also used to saying, okay, well, the wall is not special, but the laughter of a child is what's special. And, you know, that experience is special, but this now hearing of a voice is not special. And that's how it seems to play out, of special, upper, higher, lower, better, worse. And the relief, you could say, the wonder is that it's just ordinary sitting, breathing, but it's no one's relief, no one's relaxation. You know, it's just how it appears to be. You can't have it. And so those glimpses, in a way, there can be wanting to have them almost, because they seem so other. And then what can be imagined perhaps is that, oh, he's living in what that glimpse is like all the time. But then there would be a he and a glimpse, and other than this, just this sitting, breathing, talking, wondering. And when all of it collapses, a glimpse, cup of coffee, insightful thought, crap thought, just appearing to happen, just this.
Hey, Frank.
Hiya.
It's Kim. I don't. Is the earlier man? Is he finished or? I think so. Yeah. Okay. In a way, you talked about it right now. This because there's something this how it can irritate the me. This talk.
Yeah.
It's simple, as you say, sitting here and no upper, no lower, and so on, and just hearing the message goes in a way where it is irritating, because it's not this. In a way, I don't know how to explain it, but maybe just to figure out what is this this message, because as you also say, it's so simple and ordinary, just sitting here and no, it's not this or whatever. Yeah.
The impossibility is that as it's suddenly appearing as that question. The sensation might be that I am asking that question, and that I am deliberately, I'm saying it, and I want to say what I'm saying, but the inescapable intimacy is that it's already as that. So you can't have life. It's just happening. It's presenting. It's as hearing. It's as hearing now. It's as hearing a voice. So really, it's not important what's been said. It's just intimately this, because if it was just about explaining something, then it could be caught and understood. So I could say 2 + 2 = 4, and you go, I've got it. It's over. But you couldn't ever get to, you'll never get to the getting. You'll never get to the wondering. You'll never get to that annoyance. It's just annoyance and irritability, we'd say, about what's been said, or that sometimes hearing, it's so simple and obvious, that could be so annoying, because it's kind of like, am I missing? Am I missing fucking this? What am I sitting on the chair, and am I doing it wrong? No, it's that. It's exactly the wondering about sitting on the chair and wondering, is it wrong? Is there something wrong? It's as that then. That's what's happening.
Exactly.
It's fucking, it's like this. It's constantly trying to get this, and even in subtle ways, trying to tie the highs behind the back and go, I got it. It can't be gotten. It appears, however, it appears to be.
Yeah, and it's so I don't know, nice that you confirm this, that it is exactly this.
It's fucking this, like, and it won't ever be held as, oh, it's this linear. Oh, I've got it. What have you got? What the fuck have you got? Nothing.
Yeah. It's really precise. Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
Frank, hello.
Hiya.
Hi. I love the way you talk about that. Really, I appreciate it totally. It's I love to make logical conclusions, and that and about that I'm in a kind of suspicious. You know, I have the impression I understand what you say. Because it's in a way it's totally logical. I can't catch this. And I try to understand it. Understanding this is this, like you say, and
no, trying to understand this is this. Not understanding this is. I didn't say understanding this is this. So yeah, trying to understand this is this appearing as trying to understand it. Saying it's understood is this appeering as it's saying that it's understood.
Yeah.
So really all that's been said limited. Here is there's just what's happening.
Yeah. I'm a little bit limited about because of the language.
Sure.
I meant this in a way It seems to be a matter of time. Yeah, when I can't catch this, then time comes in the thinking of the me. Yeah, oh, I'm too late to grasp this. It's already too late. There's seemingly it is gotten, but the impression is another thing. I don't know what. Yeah, I try to describe.
Yeah, intellectually, it can appear like it's understood, and I think that can seem then like it's almost then horrible, because it's about words and understanding. Whereas if I started singing badly, that would be this. If I remained silent, that would be this. If I started roaring and shouting, that would be this. So it's not about sentences. It's not about saying there's just what's appearing to happen. It's not about saying there's just wholeness or whatever. But it can play out. Some appear more logical than others, and I can say that I understood this and hated that it was understanding. I hated the idea that it was bound by some words, because there was so nothing in the understanding of it. It felt like I can just remember a sort of a distinct feeling about understanding, and then not enjoying that after a period of time, let's just say. And if you see, words are, in a way, when the whole thing, let's just say, collapses, it's just words are just blah blah blah. Really, it's just like they're not really. It's this. The point of this sentence is the sentence, as opposed to any point being made. And that's a kind of a lovely way to describe how this is just presenting. But it's not like something then that can be known over there as presenting. And then unknowing or not knowing isn't a thing that can be known then either. So, but things play out the way, let's just say, they play out, and some can be, you know, it just plays out for different people the way it plays out. It seems like that anyway. That's the description there, that it's understood, but it feels like something's wrong. Then that's how it appears to be, you know. So if that's what's being described, then that's what's being described. It's useless, like. It's so useless. It's like it's not like you're talking to something with a big load of knowledge that can, you know, help. That's what's being described there. If that's the reality, then that's what's being described. Also, though, it can't be validated. So in other words, then if there's coming back or giving me a call to say, there's no me now, Frank. I know there's no me. It's over. Well, I'd be going, okay. Because the impassable chasm, the gateless, let's say, gate, is that there never was anyone. So it's already just playing out however it appears to be playing out. So there's no one in there doing that thinking. There's no one in there doing that wondering. There's no one in there grappling with that it's still not quite right. That's just how it appears to be, or at least that's what's being described and felt. And also, this isn't about beliefs or, you know, believing. I'll believe what he says, or this is the truth, or whatever. No. What needs to be believed about sitting and breathing and asking that question? and the curiosity and the seeking happening? What needs to be believed?
Thanks, Frank.
Thank you. There's a comment here. There's only nothing and everything, but there isn't something or anything. Could you explain a bit? Thanks. Well, there's just what is. So then words appear then like as if to describe this, what is. So in other words, then a voice now talking seems like you might be able to conclude about what this is and it isn't. And all you can say is that it's whole. But every word is a killer because whole can appear then as something. Nothing can appear as something. And it's not like saying that there's only nothing and everything, or there isn't something or anything, that will then hold this and explain it and make it a thing apart. So what do you say about the sound of the intimacy, the full intimacy of just hearing? So what can be said about that? Well, whatever appears to be being said. So you can say this is nothing, or it's everything, and it's nothing and everything at the same time. And it's just that there isn't a thing apart, really. I think if that's what where you're going, there aren't things. So everything is used to being separated. And because words are used, it feels like this wholeness, or whatever you want to call it, can be described and segmented using words, and that words are real things. So it's impossible, really. You'd be better off singing a beautiful song or banging a stick off the ground than having to go at describing this. And that's not advice. I'm saying that it is as everything. But, well, that's my response to that, apparently. I don't know if you wanted to ask anything else about that. Go for it. You see, the killer with this is that when questions are asked, a response appears. And in the response, it appears like, oh, well, he must know what this is because he's describing it. And then if he's saying it's unknowable, well, he must know that it's unknowable. And that's, these are just words appearing. It's a total mystery that this sound is appearing. It's a total mystery. Who's it a total mystery for? It isn't even a mystery then, because it can't be known as something apart. So you could get the bell out and start ringing the bell. You could laugh. You could drink a barrel of whiskey, and it would be this. It's just that it's no one's. So with that thought that appears about this immediately, is the miracle. That thought that says, this is fucking bullshit. Is this? And the thought that says, this is amazing, is this, and they're the same. There's nothing special.
Frank?
Hiya.
It's me again. But in the moment when you say it's a response, then for me it's automatically a relationship between me and you. You know what I mean? This response thing is like something to grab, but it's not really a response. It's only what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. A response is more an obstacle to say it's a response. But
okay, and that's what you're saying. So that's what you're saying, and okay. So from this perspective, really, it's a response, because an answer is normally something that fits the criteria that satisfies the question being asked. Here, it's just response, and normally the response really returns to this inexplicableness. And so then, if that's felt there that it shouldn't be response or whatever is felt about what word should be used, then that's what's felt there. That's the miracle. It's just happening. So you could say it appears like that when there's something inside there, there definitely has to be something inside here. That's how it works. So then question or thought or whatever, right? And then someone responding. I'm asking a question and someone is responding. All the while, this isness that can't be caught is as that, let's just say. And then miracle, in a way, is that it appears like a description about what is appearing to happen. But it's not even that then. It's just sound or hot air or much ado about nothing. Not a thing, though, either.
Yeah. This is resonating.
That's how it is, then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Merci.
De rien.
Hey Frank.
Hiya.
Yeah, it just popped in. Spirituality is quite within the story is quite an understandable sort of happening, because within the story, from that me perspective, or there's like a wanting, a desire to improve something, like feeling, sensing, experiencing oneself to be real, then the whole spiritual path is so kind of a given, so logical, so like there's nothing wrong with it. But it's just that loop going round and round within the story. And it's sort of attempting to be free. Do you know what I mean? It's so
Oh, it's so seductive.
real.
Is that what you I mean? It is so seductive. Like, it is the sizzle on the pan. It is the smell of fresh bread and dying to get the knife out. It's like the hook trying to catch a fish. It's so tempting, always, because it's always something. It's just
Get.
and it's so tasty. It's like a beautiful. It's the same as talking about spirituality and the path and that wonderful state of peace and bliss is the same movement as the movement towards a beautiful steak or a beautiful hamburger or whatever. It's the same. It ignites the same sort of, I just can't wait to get that. I can't wait. And it's also something to do. It's something to feel like it keeps the linear whole thing alive. It's the movement. It gives me something that I can do to get there. So I'm busy again. And it just seems like for some, and you see, the way I'm describing that makes it seem like, oh, he is I have a problem with it. I think it's amazing. I think all that's absolutely beautiful. Knock yourself out because it's so wonderfully exciting till apparently it's not. Till the loop of that is seen, till it's just more feeding, and it's just I'm being fed nonstop, and there's just a revulsion to that. There can be, but it still reboots in some way, shape, or form, or however subtle. And in the end, even this communication can be put as liberation, and the know me, and getting to the place of know me. That can be, and that can still be held on to as something, but there's no one doing that. It's just how it appears to be. And so they're all, I think in the end, nothing has a flavor, whilst the words can be increasingly mimicked. Let's just say the flavor of nothing has a sort of an energy to it. And it's both repellent and magical, or a gazillion other whatever is felt about it. Who knows?
Yeah, in that dream, it's so, that path is so kind of given, you know what I mean? But when that all cracks, it's vastly different. Yeah, there's no wrong or right about it, but
no,
yeah, it's wild. The whole thing's wild.
Oh, like it's I mean, it's boundless, like boundless is pretty big, boundless stories, but it's always a little, it's always a little bit pink, a little bit wise, a little bit rosy, a little bit better. It's definitely not being grumpy. It's definitely not waking up on the wrong side of the bed. It's definitely not being hangry. It's definitely not being hangry at the table with two teenage boys. And it can't be that. And so it always has to be something that me doesn't have. And that is just that there's nothing here. in there. So it can't be fed.
that's
It can't be fed, but the movement is happening. And when there's push and pull of being fed and eating, that can go on. But yeah, the books are amazing. The retreats, all of that is just wonderful. So exciting, the anticipation. You know, that sweet sizzle of wisdom.
Yeah, you mentioned something earlier about meat or something. I don't know what you said.
About what?
I had a flash of the Matrix when in the first one where the character's like, put me back in the Matrix. I want to be believing I'm eating meat.
Yeah.
Like the me just wants to go back to being me.
Yeah, well, you see, there is a safety. In the end, this is utterly dangerous at the same time, because this is the edgeless edge. This is there's nothing noble. There's
So empty. So empty.
you'd run a gazillion miles, but if you were there, though, you'd be able to run 1,000,000 miles from this. Sure, you'd totally ignore this, really, if you were there and you were running the show. Why wouldn't you? Of course, you'd go off and get the spiritual six-pack, and you'd be wise and holy. And in a way, there can be a running from this, because nothing is noble. There's no safe ground. This is it, like.
Totally unknown. Yeah.
This is fucking it. What do you mean this is it? I mean, when the meeting's over here, I'm going to go on and do. I mean, this is it, though. This is the end of the fucking universe. It's this, like. But there isn't a universe, a this, an it. And all those words make it appear like it's noble. It's not noble. It's already inescapably whatever is. So this would be utterly terrifying if there was a real entity.
Yeah.
What a job it would have to pump the heart and push the blood through the veins and do the breathing and do the thinking and balance the entire universe. And know everything. It's knowing. It's like gnawing away at everything, and it's an impossibly expansive universe of knowing that then never satisfies, really, because this can't be held.
Thanks.
Yeah, and so why, in the end, why wouldn't you want something noble like wisdom? Wisdom and peace and bliss. I didn't see. There seems to be two parts to what you're saying. There's just what's happening, and there's never been a me. Well, in a way, I suppose there is what there appears to be, and if what's being felt and described is that I'm here, I know the world, I'm trying to figure it out, and I'm going through life, and I'm doing the best I can, I'm trying to get there and do it, then that's how it appears to be. That would be what is. The suggestion being made here is that there's just what is, not you and. So then there is nothing that can fall away because there was nothing. There's just this isness. So so then if what's being felt is that, well, you know, I'm still trying to get this, Frank, and I'm kind of pissed off by it or whatever, then that would be how it is. There's nothing denied. So that's why this is totally useless. So all there is what there appears to be. It seems like a soup of energy dancing randomly. I do like the word soup.
Hi, Frank.
Hiya.
Yeah, insecurity can happen.
Sorry.
Insecurity can happen.
Insecurance?
Um,
Insecurity?
Yes, I think so. And yeah, I can't formulate the question very clear, but it has to do with social behavior, and I've got something and I didn't say sorry, and so I'm not perfect. And that's okay.
Well, it's how it appears to be then. If that's what you're describing, then that's what is.
Yeah. But it's all apparently, of course, a meaningless.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. It's Supersonic Tuesday. So there's another meeting this evening. I may or may not see some of you there. Have a lovely rest of